All right, big day today. This is the first day that we're bringing this new boat shoe to life. And I've been wearing this thing for the last few months and it's phenomenal. And we developed it with our friends at Quaddy in Lewiston, Maine. And they're using their talented staff to hand sew the toe of this thing. A boat shoe is a moccasin. Just keep in mind, I mean, moccasins have been around for, a million years, and the construction is durable. All right, like back in the day before automation, when when Native Americans were in these lands, they wore leather moccasins. All right, and so the construction had to be really strong and last a long time. And a lot of times they used bison for this. Well, our boat shoe that we've made is a bison boat shoe. It's made with American Lakota bison. And we really wanted something that was more durable. So it looks like a boat shoe, but it's really, it's really for the trail, inland and coastal. I got to show you this. This is just a beautiful morning here. It's overcast, but it's very ethereal. I talked about I don't drive the same way to work all the time. Well, this is a different way to the same location, through the foothills of Western Maine, and just a gorgeous green day. It is this green. People, when they come to Maine for the first time, they're like, "Is it really?" Like, they take their sunglasses off because they think their sunglasses are like making the colors vibrant. No, it's actually that green. It's very, very green. In this video, I don't put any color grading on it. This is like right outside the window. That's how green it is. It never gets old. Only gets old during the winter. Winter's depressing with only freaking 5 hours of daylight. Anyways, this American Bison boat shoe has this cool trail deck sole. It's phenomenal. It's hand sewn. It's hard to make, and we're only able to truly make. We're only able to truly make like 600 pairs over the next couple of months. So that's what we're gonna do. But when I think about this boat shoe and how every component, right, every part, it came from U.S. soil, and so the thread was made in Lewiston, Maine. The bison roamed the plains. The brass eyelets, everything. The soles were made in Massachusetts, and that for me is what Made in America is supposed to be. And this morning, that's what I want to talk about. I actually want to talk about the difference between Made in America and what's on my t-shirt here. It says "Built by Freedom." I don't know if you can see that. It says "Built by Freedom." And now "Built by Freedom" is now trademarked by Origin. And the reason we wanted to change the word Made in America, and the reason that Made in America has become a lie, is because there's flexibility in what that means. For instance, there's lots of policies that allow a U.S. maker to get parts made in other countries and then sent to the U.S. and assembled. And there's supposed to be a percentage can be made here and a percentage can be made there. And if you do this percent in the United States, then you can consider it Made in America. So most tags on products, especially in footwear and apparel, that say Made in America is a lie. Made in America is a lie because they cheat. They cheat. They're cheating you. They're spending most of their money in another country to have the product made. They're bringing it into the United States and they're simply assembling it. Or for a boot, for instance, all the labor is in the sewing of the boot. All the labor in the welting of the boot. And then it comes to the United States and they just stick a sole on the bottom of it and they put a Made in America flag on it. Except for the dollar you spend on that product, probably at least half of that dollar is leaving our soil. So it's not truly made in America. But the policies say you can put a Made in America tag on it. And so I don't like positioning ourselves, Origin, with all the other American-made brands, because a lot of them are a lie. And so we decided to rebrand what Made in America is. And so we rebranded it to Built by Freedom, trying to build that Built by Freedom as a basically a statement you can trust, that for our customer, they truly know where it came from. And no other brand can put that on their product because we trademarked it, Built by Freedom. So I'm rebranding something and creating what I call a blue ocean strategy. There's a book called Blue Ocean Strategy, and creating a blue ocean strategy around what this means. And we try to do this with everything. One of our core values is we're going to exhaust all efforts to build and make in America. Now listen, there's challenges with that. Like, there are things that are totally gone from the US, and there are things that are totally gone that our suppliers or a new startup will bring back to help us. And if we make the world aware that, hey, this thing can't be sourced in America, like there's nobody that can make this, can somebody make this for us? There's people out there that are truly willing to go and do that. And that's been phenomenal over the years to see different businesses start up to support kind of the weakened, more than weakened, you're kind of talking about a disintegrated supply chain in the United States. So Made in America, careful, ask more questions. If you see that the tag says Made in America with domestic and imported materials, you can be guaranteed that imported is the most of what that is, and the Made in America is a minor part. And anybody that says it can't be done is also lying to you. Like, I hate the freaking excuses that people have. I call this mental gymnastics. Man, we're so good. Humans are so good at mental gymnastics. We are creative creatures. We can convince ourselves of just about anything. We can play so many mental gymnastics. We can convince ourselves of just about anything that we're doing the right thing. I try to take the approach that if you have to explain yourself, if you have to explain yourself, then most likely you're hiding something. Oh, well, we do the best we can. We do the best we can with getting as much as we can in the United States, and just some things you just can't do that here. You just can't get it here. No, that's an excuse. That's a lie. Okay, so you want more margin? That's fine. Just call it out. Hey, listen, our business, we need more margin, and so we import some of the shit. That's an honest statement. There are folks that I see out there and brands doing things, and it's funny, they come to market with a Made in America offering, and they get to capture that message, and it's a beautiful message, and we should protect that message the right way, for the right reasons, not just for predatory capitalism reasons. And I'm a capitalist, but not to be a predator, but because it's important, and it helps return us to our roots of how and what this country was founded on, in mills and factories, the melting pot of America. But what I can't fucking stand are these companies who bring a Made in America product to life, and then the first thing they do is, as they do line extensions or expand, they go and start importing stuff, and they're tricking their consumer. They're saying, look at us, we're made in America. And in the background, they're importing all the other bullshit that support that product. It's freaking malarkey. You're a bunch of liars, and you're hurting Made in America. You're hurting it. You're not helping it. You're not being honest or transparent. And so I've taken it upon myself, and Origin as a brand is taking it upon itself, that if there is a component that we can't get from the US, help us find it. Help us exhaust all efforts to source it. And do the right things for the right reasons. Otherwise, you're supporting another country's economy that believes in a different ideology. And in the case of China, you're supporting an ideology where you have humans that aren't humans. I was talking to a woman who decided she was going to take all of her manufacturing back from China, because she went over to China to visit her facility, and she said to me, Pete, she's like, they were going through the motions like machines, like they had lost their soul, like they weren't an individual. And she's right. A lot of cases, these people are forced to produce. It's called forced labor. I mean, it's a nice way of saying slave labor, because they are paying their people. In another instance, my business partner Kip told me once he went into the jungles of South America, and after a long drive through the jungle on a dirt road, there's this huge building in the middle of the jungle with bars on the windows, and he went inside, and he said bunch of young girls sitting there behind bars. And when he asked for the papers, he's like, they showed me all these fake papers. He's like, I would never do business in a place like that. He's like, and I hope that was just one time, but he's like, I can't count the times that has happened. And so we as Americans, we as consumers, this consumerism, this insatiable desire for more is hurting us. It's killing our economy. And we can't just be a service-based nation. We have to make shit. We have to make stuff. And it's self-inflicted. Our habits of consumerism are self-inflicted. And until we change, the world won't change. And it's going to take an awakening for that to happen. Built by freedom. Built by freedom. Transparency. Knowing where your things come from. Buying more, not less. Buying it one time. Wearing it out. Wearing it until it falls off. Passing it down. Bring it to a thrift store. These are all important things to me. And that conscious capitalism around how to do that, and not profit at all costs, and not greed at all costs. And greed is good. Nah, I don't really believe in that. I don't really believe greed is good. I do believe in that original form of capitalism, though, which I think we've lost as a society. And me personally, I'm trying to course correct it. Sometimes I feel like I'm a one-man show, but I know there's millions of customers who have supported Origin over the years, who continue to support us and continue proliferating the message. So anyways, this YouTube channel is kind of a free association, a stream of consciousness. And if you're enjoying it, please share it. Let's get this channel in the hundreds of thousands of followers and millions of followers, so we can spread the message with America first, and then with the world. So subscribe, share, tell your friends, follow. I got shit to do. I got to go check these boat shoes before they ship out today, because we're gonna open up sales for today. When I go over to Footwear Plant, I'm gonna show you what we got available. I'm also gonna show you one awesome thing. I'm just gonna say sneaker. So if that, what is he talking about? Hang with us. See you in a bit. The Footwear Plant is humming. These folks crush it. They're a freaking phenomenal team in here. it's very decentralized. So they have numbers they need to hit. They hit the numbers. It's all leaned out. Very cool with lean manufacturing. Morning. It's a really, really, really cool plant. It's honestly, it's my favorite plant. All right, don't tell anybody, because we have a lot of cool factories, but there's something about footwear that's undeniable. I think it's because in college I was an art major, right? Before I dropped out, my focus was sculpture, and to build a boot is sculpture. Look at this thing. Like, you're physically sculpting a three-dimensional product. They're asymmetrical, right? So it's not like making a shirt or a pair of jeans. Your feet are asymmetrical, and so it's sculpture, and it's an art. It's more art than science. Everything is unique. The leather from the animal can stretch different ways. It's a substrate that no two animals are the same. The way it gets tanned could be a little bit differently, and so there's always massive challenges. But footwear is so cool, and the fact that we're making footwear again in Maine, where this was the footwear capital of the world, right? New England was, and Maine was core to that. The fact that we're bringing it back in a big way, without compromise, and now we're not just making boots, we're making lifestyle footwear too. We have new Chelsea boots, we have boat shoes, we have sandals that we're launching, and really excited to show you this sneaker. So let's see here. They're just doing a little inspection on some of the boat shoes. Andy, where's that sneaker last?
It's still over at apparel.
I just told everybody I'm gonna show them what we're working on. Do you have a sole here?
I think Mayo had some back here.
Because I can take the sole and go over to...
Yeah, I should have brought it over when I saw it yesterday, but
all good.
Mayo
Morning.
will be up here next week, so they'll be picking that off. Not this one?
No, not those soles. Oh, those for my Chelsea boots?
Maybe.
Yeah, they are. Hell yeah. Why don't I have them finish that? You know what? You find those soles, and I'm gonna show people this instead.
This is Mayo's area.
This is 100% for my Chelsea boots. All right, so let's take a look at this. The 20th Maine, the new brand that I'm working on. Hold on a second. The new brand that I'm working on, my creative outlet. I got a prototype of the cap toe boots made with Horween leather, and I want to show you what that looks like. Hold on a second. Let me get in here. All right, here we go. Check this out. This is so cool. All right. So these here, this here is the boot with the cap toe. This is a size 14 because it's for me. This is Horween leather though, which is like the best leather in the world. Smells so damn good. So when I was a kid, we had a place here locally, and they called it the Resource Depot. And growing up, you know, we got like one channel on the television. We didn't have cable. Just the way we grew up, didn't have a whole lot of access to TV entertainment. And in town, we had this thing called the Resource Depot, and you would go in this Resource Depot, and all the factories in the area would give the Resource Depot all the little component leftover parts. So there would be pieces of leather, there would be little wood turnings, little knobs, there would be plastic parts and pieces, and you'd go in there and there was hundreds, if not thousands, of different components, and you could you could go in here and you could get different things. And I used to get leather for wood burning. I'd get little wooden dowels and parts, and I would invent different things. And when I walked into the Resource Depot, the smell hit you, and it was a soothing smell because it was this smell. It was the smell of leather from the Bass Shoe factory, because Bass Shoe used to give them all the excess leather and little parts that they would normally throw away. And so that smell brings back memories of being a young kid in the Resource Depot. But anyways, here's the boot. Now I'm gonna do a stacked heel. This is gonna be a 20th Maine boot. This will have a little Maltese cross right here. Let me see here. And here's the soles we just got from Vibram in Massachusetts, where they're injected. So this is gonna go on here. All right, and then this is a stacked heel. This is gonna go on. All right, so you can kind of get an idea. Let me slide that back a little bit. You can kind of get an idea of what that's gonna look like when it's complete. It's gonna be so badass. All right, next I gotta go find the sneaker last to show you that. All right, we got the soles. These are very cool. I'm gonna bring these over to where the last is so we can see if they fit in the sneaker. This is a gum light sole. And then we have a white and a black sole. And so this is a product, this sneaker, Old School Low, that I wanna launch in 2026, probably springtime. So we're gonna go see how this fits in the last. All right, let's see if these soles, these made in Massachusetts soles, fit on this last. Amanda, did you have the last for these? It's right there. Perfect. I'm gonna steal Leo's chair. Yeah. Oh, I look at those too, yeah, thanks. Just throw them on the table right here. Thank you. All right. So this is a shoe last. A last is basically a form of a foot, and this is potentially going to be the last we use for our sneaker. I believe sneaker, Old School Low style, and also potentially chukka. I want to do fabric sneakers. Also, I want to do leather sneakers. So we're gonna see what that looks like. And this is the first time I'm putting this inside, so we're gonna see if it fits or not. Very nice. So you can see there's just a little bit of space around the edge, but the shape is perfect. Perfect on the gum rubber. Not as perfect on the white. That doesn't look very good. So maybe I just got the wrong size. Oh yeah. Wrong size. That's a size 10. It's supposed to be a size 9. Black. Looks pretty good. Just enough space around for the leather to go in. So if you can, in your mind's eye, envision this, imagine like black pearl weave, and that's a fabric weave, or black dragon weave, or leather blacked out. You know what? I'm gonna post an image right here. We're gonna turn this into this. I don't remember what styles the images have, but like a sneaker and a chukka and maybe a leather shoe. See it? Can you see it? I can see it. We really want to exhaust all efforts to do this. And, you know, we could hide a lot of different things like all the other American-made brands do. All the made in USA brands do. They just hide a lot of stuff, and you'll just never know. You'll never know because you trust when it carries that made in USA label. It's made in USA. So just exposing the lie here for made in USA, so that you can be more aware of asking the right questions when you go to invest in something. There's a big boot company out there right now spending millions of dollars on Instagram and in social media and just ad dollars with their new Made in America boot, and it's literally like 5% made in America, but it carries the Made in USA label. If a boot is under $200, I can tell you right now it ain't freaking made in America. There's just no way, not with the amount of labor and the taxes and everything else that comes with manufacturing in the United States. So I'll get off my soapbox on this one. A little bit of a stream of consciousness, because I do really want people to understand what the difference is, and not just the folks who shop with Origin, but anybody watching this channel and just discovered us for the first time and they don't understand the difference. Here's your little education.